and then we'll get started. Hi, Lorinda.
Hello.
All right. Well, I'm going to get us started, and I'm going to light the first candle of the 2 wicks, or the first wick of the two. And the first one represents us as represents God, Spirit, the great, the Almighty, the Creator. Second one represents us as maybe represents us as community. And whenever we gather together, we shine a greater light. And I hope you see that in the candle, even though it's a little hard to see sometimes. But okay. All right. Well, welcome to Summit Center for Spiritual Living, where we share universal good through love. And John, I'm going to have you start us with an opening song.
All right. It's Loving Now. Loving yesterday, loving tomorrow, loving today, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving music, loving singing, loving harmony, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving forgiveness, loving gratefulness, loving creativity, loving as we could, growing in wisdom, being wiser, living better, loving what is good. Loving nature, loving beauty, loving each other, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now, loving now.
All right. Thank you, John Miller. Very much appreciate that to get our day going. And today we're just going to do a little discussion because it's our 5th week. And we decided that every 3 months, or yeah, because there's always one every 3 months, that we just do a little discussion. And what we can just discuss anything and everything that you want to talk about. So, also, next week it'll be Michael. Following week will be Carol Ann on Mother's Day. John will be doing the third week. I'll be doing the 4th week. John will be doing Father's Day, and I don't know who's going to do the first week, but that's okay. We'll figure it all out. So, all right. Well, it's so great to have everybody here and wonderful to see everyone. So, um, okay, I didn't even ask you, Michael, do you want to do the meditation or do you want me to do it? It doesn't matter. Then give you an option.
You're giving me an option, huh?
Yes.
Hold on. Please wait. Systems processing.
Oh, geez.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll do the meditation.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let John start us with a song and you can do the meditation then. All right.
You're gonna. All right. This is called "We Are One." Doesn't necessarily negate your individual personality, but it's all part of the one universe, the one creative spirit that we all belong to. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. One in spirit. One in kind. One in love. One in mind. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. One in spirit. One in kind. One in beauty. One in mind.
Okay, so let's just take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Just release. Feel any tension in your body and just release it on the out breath. There you go. One more time, inhale. And now exhale now. From the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. Just let every cell, every atom of your being just relax. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Release, relax, just let go. So today what we're going to do is a form of meditation / treatment that I do every day. So let's just take another deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. Release, relax, and just let go. And know with me that there is only one, as John was talking about, one. One presence, one power, one life, one activity. That is everywhere present. Feel that. It's everywhere powerful. It's everywhere all-knowing and everywhere active. Everything in our physical world was made out of this infinite creative stuff of life, of God. God being everywhere present. This being God's world. Spirit, life, whatever that you want to call deity, it doesn't matter. Just know with me that there is only one. Feel that, know that. And also recognize with me that there is, that this one life, this one activity is active in me, as me, and through me, and in and active in you, as you, and through you. Feel that life energy of spirit flow in you. Just feel that. Become aware of it. As Carol Ann has said, this is not something that the mind can process. This is something, again, it's a felt energy. Just feel that one presence that flows in and through you. Yes. So as I go through the characteristics of God, which are written about by Thomas Troward and other great mystics, just allow yourself now just to imagine and just know that, again, that when we do this, again, we're knowing from the spiritual essence. We're getting beyond the physical body and knowing the spiritual essence. Where we know that, again, that as we speak the word now, we just now allow it now just to do its perfect work. So we just now know that divine life flows in and as and through us now. Just imagine yourself now, this current of light that flows in and through you and up around you and then back through you again. This current of life, which is, again, that is flowing in and through and as you. And know that there is no blockages to this one life. That any blockages, again, that I say, be removed. Anything in the seen or unseen bodies, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just allow that perfect life. There are no blockages in God, so there's no blockages in me, no blockages in you. So just allow that life to freely and easily now just flow in and through and as you. That is the truth about you, that the life of God is yours now. So you allow yourself now just to feel that one life flowing in and through and as you. Now imagine now the love of God just filling again from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. I usually imagine a ray of pink light just flowing in from the top of my head down to the soles of my feet, just feeling that one ray of love that just permeates every cell, every atom of my being. And I just now know that this divine ray of love also now transmutes anything within me, within the subconscious, that is not of the divine nature. I just now know that divine love within me is more powerful than anything that I could ever want or desire. It is so powerful. So I allow it now just to permeate every cell, every atom of my being. Divine light now just floods again in and through and as me now, again, imagining, realizing, sensing, and knowing that, again, a ray of white light, again, flooding flooding into my spiritual body, just illuminating everything within it as it and through it. Just feel that, know that. You may even sense again that this light again going into your other unseen bodies. Just feel that, know that. That the peace of God that passes all understanding is your peace. To allow this peace now just to, again, just to know that at the center of your being, at the center of your perfection is this peace. Anything unpeaceful now just goes away because you sense this peace in you, as you, and through you. Imagine now that the power of God, the whole power of God flows in and as and through you. Think of the word that I am that I am. I am that I am. Before I do any type of treatment, I realize and recognize the I am that I am. And I realize that when I speak my word, that it goes forth to do its perfect work. That the beauty of God, represented as creativity, that I am creative. And I allow my creativity now to bless the world. And the joy of the Lord is my strength. This joy flows in and through and as me now. There is nothing that blocks this joy. So I just now know that anything unlike these aspects of God is not true. So I allow myself now to just experience the God life as me, in me, and through me. And I like to add two more. The abundance of God. I just now know that this is an abundant world. So I just now know that, again, that this infinite life in and through and as me, this infinite substance always shapes and forms itself as whatever that my need or desire may be in the moment. And as I imagine now that, again, that the currency of this country or dollars, I just imagine again that the dollars want me. The dollars want me. And that money and good just runs after me and catches up to me. Just see that. It just makes me feel so good that good in all of its forms, in money and in friends and everything, it runs towards me and catches up to me. And the wisdom of God, Sophia, the wisdom of God is mine now. I just now know that this wisdom now shows me exactly what to do, when, and how to do it in the moment. So knowing that, I just now speak my word for this gathering here, going through the different aspects of God, and I allow myself to be God as me, embodying all of those aspects. And knowing that, I just now know that this gathering today is good and very good. And I just now know that, again, as we do our discussion today, that the divine I am teacher within us teaches everyone else, that we're able now to leave this time together refreshed, renewed, revitalized, that we leave this time of sacredness, of being together, knowing that not only does our life flow better, but that our actual week flows better because we've been together today. So I just thank everyone, Diana putting this together, also Hannah doing the media, and John doing the music. I just give great thanks for us being here today as we celebrate our sacredness. So I just give great thanks. And I just now know that the word that I have spoken today is acted upon by that infinite great law of life that only knows to say one thing, and that's yes. I command it to be so, I order it to be so, and I know that it is so now. And so it is, and so I let it be. Amen.
One in spirit, one in kind, one in peace, one in mind, one,
Thank you. Thank you, John and Michael. And as you open your eyes, just please take a moment to look into your camera and try to see magnificence which is within each and every person. Just feel that beauty, that power, that joy, that peace that is within each other and through us as well. That. Thank you. All right.
Looked like Michael was having a little bit of that glitch that I had and Kyle has.
Yeah, once in a while.
Trying to re-up your Zoom update.
Yeah, I'm using my own my new Chromebook now, so
Oh, good.
it looks like that's kind of resolved.
Great.
Wonderful.
Well, this computer's only 18 months old, so I don't know.
Well, you just need to update the Zoom. That's all. Just
Okay, I will
or update
update
your
my
stuff.
Zoom.
Yeah, or update your computer in general, one or the other. So
I updated my Zoom and it stopped. So
right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, again, today is the day. It's just a discussion day, and we can talk about anything you like. If you have a question about whatever you like about it, as far as maybe something spiritual, or a question about the science of mind, or a question about maybe how to do spiritual practice. It is whatever anybody has a question about and want to discuss. So I'm turning it over to everybody else.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead, Kyle.
oh, this might sound kind of silly, but I kind of wondered if Popeye was spiritual, because he's always saying, "I am that I am."
no, he was a Mason.
That's great.
That is that I am the Popeye. That's from my teacher, Tom Senar. He often quotes, "I am that I am." Yeah. Yeah. I want to just to talk briefly something that I've been working with recently. And again, if you want, I'm not going to go through the whole talk that I did yesterday on mental and spiritual treatment from chapter 11, but because I thought it came out very good. The one thing I want to talk about is the whole idea of metaphysics and mysticism. So metaphysics, when I talk about that, it's the metaphysics is the actual using of the mind science, to go ahead and to create cause conditions in and through us and as us. And the reason I think the reason I came into the science of mind is because, again, that my life wasn't working. And when I found out it wasn't working, because that the what I was doing was I was haphazardly using the great power, the great presence of life, again, haphazardly. I wasn't doing it consciously. So that's a part that, again, I know I talk a lot about the metaphysics, the mind science, using, again, but there's also another part that I think that's not talked about. And again, Carol Ann has really helped me with this, is the whole idea of mysticism, of really experiencing presence, experiencing the oneness, experiencing my divine nature, experiencing the goddess as me. And so, and really, again, using tools, again, for me to be able to, again, the simplest tool is the breath, is to really just, spend some time in that presence and stillness. And someone asked me on the talk yesterday, they said, well, how did Ernest Holmes get all this good, why was he so brilliant? And I was going to say what a friend of mine, or what a metaphysical minister said to me, was that it was all channeled. And I believe that is so, as far as I think that Holmes used to spend hours every day just being in the light. So he spent a lot of time in the presence, in stillness. And so for one thing or another, and I said on the talk yesterday, this is the reason I think a lot of times that people leave, or they say, well, I've gotten all I can out of the science of mind, and so I know enough, I'm gone. And I'm going, I've thought about this, and I said, you know what? They really have not experienced, again, the presence, the stillness, to be able to, again, to go through those aspects of God that I went through, and really be able to feel that, know that, feel that presence. It's, for me, that's, for me, then the metaphysics itself, being able to do prayer work for myself or other people becomes icing on the cake. Because again, I feel that presence of spirit as me, in me, and through me. So that's the metaphysics of, that's the mysticism of it. So, and again, I think that's a part of the path that we're on. So, my question to you is, well, how do you, what do you do to experience the presence every day? What do you do? Do you meditate? Do you go out in nature? How do you get that sense of oneness? How do you feel that every day? Do you do that? Do you feel that during your spiritual practice? Do you feel that during your when you do spiritual mind treatment? Now, when I do spiritual mind treatment, the first thing I do, now, see, Diana thinks I'm hiding something from her when I shut the door of the bedroom, and it's not so. I just don't like anyone hearing my treatment except me, except the divine, which I am. So I shut the door. And then for me, when I go ahead and I do treatment for individuals, When I am done, I am blissed, because it is not I that does the work. It is truly the Spirit as me and me and through me that does the work. So instead of being, you would think that after doing maybe an hour of spiritual work that you would be tired. I'm blissed, because again, I just feel this one life and this one activity flowing in and through me and as whoever I'm praying for. So what kind of spiritual practice do you do, and what helps you to become aware of oneness and stillness? That's my question.
I just try and stay in divine thought all day. I get up, really early and go to the bathroom, and then I go to my meditation chair and I doze and meditate intermix for a few hours. Kind of ease into the day with, a meditation that grows.
Like that. Who else? Other people. I know everybody has something they do.
If you walk in meditation, you're always appreciating the one energy, if you want to call it that, or creative force in everything, this cup and the doorknob. And that's what we studied in mysticism classes anyway.
I have to agree. I have to agree with John. It isn't a get up, do my meditation, be in my quiet, and then leave and go about my day. It is literally a 24/7 opportunity, because as we become more aware of our heart center, as we become more aware of our connectedness and oneness, then it makes our day go with ease and flow with whatever comes up. And I got to tell you, when you spill molasses and you see it on the counter and then going down, it's slow, but you're in slow motion too. Like, oh, I have to relax and get into this. It is amazing all the nooks and crannies it goes into. But I'm going to say reward of practicing being in the presence, focusing on our breathings, focusing on our heart center, is this gradual increase in awareness that life, no matter what happens, even with that, it becomes ease and flow. And all of a sudden, what used to be a challenge or something awful, for me, becomes an opportunity to learn. And as soon as I switch it around, I'm in the energy. I'm in presence, moving forward. My daughter had called me all upset because of her not being able to pay her apartment and get it in on time. And she'd called everyone and done everything. And she says, Mommy, they say that, they're going to give me extra time not to worry about it, but I want to pay it on time. And I had said to her, have you done everything you know to do? And she said yes, and she listed everything she did and some extra things. And I said, can you do anything else? And she says, yes, and I know what you're going to say. Just turn it over and be happy. And I said, well, that's the only solution I know that really works. Otherwise, you're going to compound the problem with negativity and other things than having it be effective. But yesterday, she really tried to turn it over. We went to see a fun movie that's just come out. I'm not a big movie goer, but it was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And it is just based upon the Judy Blume book, and it talks about young girls through their rite of passage into womanhood, and all the misconceptions and everything that they do. And the audience was laughing hysterically because it was all women, and there were teenagers. I mean, all different ages, and everyone could relate with this. And afterwards, we were sharing, and she said, "Well, Mom," and I said, "Hey, I thought the same things. I went through exactly the same thing. It hasn't changed even with all the education and all. There are still those things that, are handed down through the grapevine. But my point is that for a brief time, she really forgot it. And she walked out of there and she says, I feel good. I really feel good. And I said, yeah, let's do this for the rest of the day. And she said, okay. But here it is. We always have that choice. And I when I find myself, kind of closing down, it's time to stop whatever I'm doing, get back into my heart center, enjoy nature, do some breathing, walk, whatever is available to me, because I know the time spent in getting back into my heart center is going to pay me huge rewards, far beyond anything we could ever imagine. So your answer really to Michael's original question, what do you do? My answer is yes. It's a 24/7. Yes, all of these and more. Which, by the way, was one of the promises that we got from Jesus. He said, you can do all these things and more. I want to discover what the and more is all about. And I really feel that effective prayer treatment is one of the basic answers to that.
I have noticed for myself that when I'm getting out of the present moment, and I'm letting things start worrying me, and I'll even start crying about this or that or whatever that has absolutely nothing to do at the moment, other than the fact that I was wanting to do pity party for myself. But I have found that I get out of it pretty quick anymore compared to what I used to. And I do that when I recognize what I'm starting to do. I'm like, wait a minute, no. It's time to just relax. I usually breathe, make sure I breathe several times. And then I allow that then to just allow me to calm down. And then I can actually do a treatment for myself or a treatment for others or a combination that actually works. I've been doing a lot of treatment before work lately because I want it to be a good day at work. And I'm finding that every day I do that, it works out pretty good. I mean, yes, there's still some challenges throughout the day, but it's a lot. I don't mind it as much. I enjoy it more. So it's just those are little things that I do. Anybody else?
Well, I just want to make everyone, Caroline gave you a really wonderful technique, and that is focusing on the heart center and focusing on your breath. It's that simple. It's just doing those two things. It's just just focusing on your heart center, focusing on the breath. Again, that for me, that again, being in the presence, they see, and that's the lesson, is to take that, what we experience meditation, and experience that all day long. Brother Lawrence, practicing the presence of God, he said that wherever that he went, he felt this presence, and it was nothing. It wasn't like he went to church and he felt something there, and then when he went out to do the dishes, that he would feel something else. It was that same sense. And so I think that, again, that focus again, that's a very, very simple meditation. Focusing on your heart center, focusing on your breath. I do what's called an ocean breath, which is a connected breath in and out, like the ocean wave. that's a really, again, that's just a wonderful technique. And the other thing too, the other outcome is that when stuff happens that in our lives, that we come at it from a place of response rather than reaction. That's something, again, that's been, for me, that's been very meditation's been very, very helpful. Rather than, blaming everybody, blaming everything. I think John remembers me storming out of and Diana storming out of board of trustee meetings because somebody ticked me off and everything else. And I think for me, it's a lot. What I find myself doing is reacting a lot less and just responding a lot more. And for me, again, having that spiritual connection. And what Carol Ann said, again, if you feel that you're out of that sort, it's real easy to get back in just by going ahead and just breathe, again, getting centered in your heart, breathing in and breathing out. It's that easy. And then to be able then to come from a place of response. The other thing I wanted to share is that I'm in Dr. Tom Sanar's class. It's a class of ministers and practitioners from around the country and also Canada. So Tom says that living the spiritual life means that we do not any type of negative emotion, that we learn how to not, we can feel it, but to learn not how to emote it, to get really angry or really upset in the world. And for me, it's been, sometimes I notice myself, I'll notice myself getting like real about something. And then this little thought in my head comes up and says, well, now hold it. I'm in Tom Sanar's Wednesday night class, and he's taught us not to, is that we need to rechannel this. And so that little reminder for me has really helped me. I was really angry at Diana for something. I think it was last time. I was really. And so I just said, no. I said, I'm in Tom's class. I know it sounds like real silly, but I'm in Tom's class, and I have pledged that I'm going to live my life as a spiritual being, and that I am going to. So just that reminder, and then I was able to go into Diana without all the, yelling at her, screaming at her. A lot of things I've done in the past, I just don't. Again, a lot of that stuff is gone. So it just,
I can attest to
that what?
I said I can attest to that.
Yeah, well, it really does not. It doesn't mean that I don't feel my feelings. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that I go ahead and I do the spiritual Band-Aid. Practitioner friend of mine said her daughter accused her of that, putting a spiritual Band-Aid over it. No, this is not. This is just, again, what I do now is I just notice. I notice the anger. I notice the frustration. I just notice it. And then again, just go ahead and sometimes I'll breathe, sometimes, but just that awareness really helps me to really say, okay, how can I respond here? How can I respond here as a spiritual being? How can I do that? So that is really, just over the years, that's really, really helped me. And the people, I'll tell you what, I'm really surprised they haven't tossed me out of Centers for Spiritual Living, because I used to be pretty volatile. And but people have taken me aside in community and says, you know what, do you really want to do that anymore? So, all right. Thank you.
I have to
This-
laugh
this
at what
is-
you're saying because I would never get angry. I would clench my teeth and give a very inauthentic smile and try to be very patient until somebody was done saying something. Yeah, I mean that was my, I remember what my mommy told me, and I remember what Bambi's mommy told him, or no, it was Flower, the skunk's mom. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Okay, so there it was, and it was still reacting. It was still reacting, and then when I realized that, I also had the realization of, oh, this is going to be a gradual process. It's not a switch that you turn on and off. This is a
Let's-
gradual process, just like we're learning to walk. Learning to walk begins with the baby's first breath. It begins when the baby begins to see around it. It begins when the baby begins to turn his head so far this way that he flips over, and it's like, and I've had the opportunity to observe both of my daughters as they went through this very gradual process, and the excitement at each time. I mean, the first time they stood alone, it was like, oh, I don't know what this butt is, but oh, it's really great. And then they, fall down on their diaper. Yeah. And we live in such a society where we want everything now. We want instant gratification. This is what we want. And the gradualness of it is so beautiful because it gives our spirit a chance to grow in us, as it also is helping to quiet our mind more and more. Is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. But like Michael said, hey, you look at it and say, okay. I used to say thanks for sharing. Then I thought, I don't even want to say thanks for sharing because I just want to let it go. Okay.
Well, the process of living is growing and learning and growing, and this is what it's all about. Is getting better and better as you make your way through whatever amount of lifetimes there might be.
Yeah. I want to joke around and say, well, yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't thrown me out.
But breathing is a good representation of life itself, in that it's a pulse of flow of energy, and has two aspects to it. The light and the dark, if you like, or the in breath, the out breath, and but they're still the breath. They make together. They make up the whole of the breath cycle, and life is like that itself. So we learn and grow as we go, and the more calm we can bring ourselves to be through that whole process, the more we can perceive the negative aspects of life or disruptions, and there's a whole bunch coming. I think you'll find out that we need to be able to absorb and deal with without overreacting or totally being overwhelmed. So we're all preparing for future abilities to handle whatever comes.
That's so true. Well, we need to end this discussion for
Can
a
I-
moment.
Can I just say one more thing before we end?
It's quick.
Okay. That's why I appreciate all of you, is because, again, being in community really, again, from the Proverbs, it says steel sharpens steel. So you guys really help me. And that's why I say that, sometimes some of you have taken me aside and just said, I see you doing that. Do you really want to do that? Or do you really want to say that? And again, it's the reason, again, you guys are a part of making me aware of, again, of some of the things, again, that I need to work on and change. So I really love and appreciate all of you, because you really help me, and hopefully that I can be that mirror and help you. All right, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to turn it over to John and let him do a song real quick.
All right, this is a song off of my CD. If you have one, it's called "Before Goodbye." Take off your shoes and put them by the door. Come sit by the fire and get a little warm. Tell me about your day and all that you've been doing. The people you've encountered, what ideas you're pursuing. Tell me what is new in your life, I'll tell you about mine. It's good to be with you, my friends. Let's share a little time. Here's a cup of tea, I thought you'd like to try it. They made it sound so good on the box, I had to buy it. Let's rub each other's feet, you know it feels so good. We'll talk and joke and laugh and stay up later than we should. Tell me what is new in your life, I'll tell you about mine. It's good to be with you, my friends. Let's share a little time. As we think about the future, where we'll be and what we'll do, about growing older and the times I'll spend with you. Do you wonder how we'll change, what adventures we will try? How special moments are when friends are close, like you and I. One day we'll look back on the past, all we've done and tried to do. We'll talk about good times and try to keep from feeling blue. We'll marvel at the changes and the crazy things we've tried, and the memories of those moments we've shared before goodbye.
Wonderful. It's wonderful.
That's beautiful, John. Absolutely beautiful. All right. So it is that time in our service where we give the opportunity to give. We still have bills. And anyways, you can give by going to Zelle. And you would go to sscofakron@gmail.com. That is sscofakron@gmail.com. And that will go directly to our account. Or you could send a check or cash to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44310. If you make out a check, make it out to Summit Center, Summit CSL, Summit Spiritual Center. Any of those three all work. So, and I do appreciate that because I do see people, even though I see when people are giving, and I really appreciate that. Because we don't, whether it comes to the house or it comes to Zelle, I get to see that opportunity, and I'm just very, very appreciative of those who do give. So thank you. and just being here. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy that you're here. Okay, so with that, I just know that I know that all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive is blessed in a very gracious manner. And that as this offering is given, that it goes back to each person in a very special way. That it helps their spiritual life, their emotional, their physical, their mental. That every part of their being just improves and gets better. And with that, I just give thanks. And so it is. And John, how about good, more good?
Good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Unlimited, infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. Good crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. Oh, good, more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Quick announcements.
Watch the program on New Thought Media Network on the Science of Mind conversation from yesterday. It was good. Yeah, it was on, again, chapter 11. Thank you. And it was a good chapter 11. All right.
Any other announcements?
YesWise.com. Got a couple posts up about detoxification, spring detox, advanced detox. Good idea.
All right. Okay. Michael, you've got the dinger. No, you got it. You have it.
Ding dong.
So if not, I'll be the dinger. Okay, so we're going to take a moment. Do you have it or not, Michael? Do you have? Do you have? Turn your
Unmute.
mute off. Mute off. Mute off. Mute off.
Still on, you're
Not
still
off.
on mute.
There you go. All right. So we're going to take this moment to just be in the quiet. Please take into mind anybody that may need some healing, whether it be yourself, family member, co-worker, or just the world. And just take that moment and please. So Michael's going to ding, and then we'll take that moment. Go ahead, Michael. And the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of peace. We are the people of peace. Sing out, people, sing out peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of love.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to stop our recording and